And a good Saturday morning to you. Welcome once again to Health Matters with Dr. Jim Warner of Warner Chiropractic in Rockford, Illinois. Well, in past days, we've talked about a pain in the neck, but this is going to be about a headache. And it's not a particular person in your life. It's a problem that most of us run into from time to time.
That's very, very common. When people come into my office, they say, boy, I've got a lot of headaches. Or I get headaches a couple times a week or whatever it might be. Everybody's a little bit different. But maybe other than back pain or neck pain, the most common symptom that I find in my office is headaches.
Are there a lot of different causes for these headaches? And I know there's some that are really severe called migraines.
Yeah, well, there's different headaches, Fred, and I guess the best way to look at headaches is try to find out what's causing the headaches. I mean, sometimes people have headaches in the front of their head, sometimes in the back of their head, sometimes in their temples. And it can be maybe the same cause and that's causing the headaches in the back of the head, and then later on another time causing them in the front of the head. So we need to just kind of see if we can find out what's causing the headaches, and if we can find out what's causing them, then we can try to get to the solution. And then probably at the end of the broadcast, I'm going to give a couple tips that people might try for home care to try to help headaches also. So
I know that in the past, my wife and I came to your office and you showed us some procedures for relieving headaches.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about those today. Let's just talk a little bit about headaches, or what we could call cervical cranial pain. I mean, there's different ways that you can describe that, but headaches can be caused by something internally, Fred. It could be blood sugar abnormalities. Maybe somebody has low blood sugar or high blood sugar or changes in their blood sugar, certain things that they might eat, and maybe an allergy to a food substance. MSG causes headaches for me. MSG, monosodium glutamate. It's a flavor enhancer that's frequently found in Chinese food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and some people, such as myself, are allergic to that, and when they put that in there, I can have a headache for 12, 14 hours, and I mean a severe one, and it's an allergic reaction to a food substance.
Now, that's something for people to watch if they get a certain type of headache every so often, to find out if they had just eaten something that could have been
That's one of the things that I check, and that reminds me of a patient that came in, and maybe she's even listening, but she told me one time that, I've been getting these headaches, and she had been a regular patient of mine, not suffering from headaches, and she's been getting all these headaches. So I was wondering, what is causing this? And I said, so what are you doing different? And tried to question her, and she said, well, the only thing different, she said, is that we've been using a lot of barbecue sauce. And every night we're using barbecue sauce. A friend of ours gave us this recipe for barbecue sauce, and we've been using it, and it just tastes great. And that's the only thing different in what I've been eating. And I said, well, bring it in. Let me take a look at it. And she brought it in, and I saw one of the ingredients was monosodium glutamate. She quit taking the barbecue sauce, and no more headaches.
That's amazing.
So, again, what is causing the headaches? That's the thing. And another thing we could say, Fred, and make it very simple, stress causes headaches. Now, you're saying monosodium glutamate. I thought you said stress. Well, that is a chemical stress to your body.
Right.
So a chemical stress and low blood sugar, that might be it. People that wake up in the morning with a headache and it goes away when they eat something, or maybe when they drink something with caffeine in it, then we're talking about a blood sugar problem. And so therefore we need to use the proper diet to treat the blood sugar problem, then the headaches will go away.
So there can be an allergic thing, other dietary intake as well, if you're not taking the proper nutrition.
Absolutely. Then it can be maybe a mental stress. I mean, people around tax time frequently have a lot of headaches, or if they're going through an emotional, stressful period, they get headaches frequently.
Because it affects your body, your physical body.
It actually affects you physically. It'll put extra stress on your nervous system, and then the nervous system in turn will cause the headaches. Then there can be physical headaches. In other words, maybe somebody that was in a car accident and they had a whiplash injury and something happened to their neck that irritated the nerves in the neck, and that's a physical stress on the body that causes headaches.
Or maybe you're doing some golfing or some gardening or anything that maybe puts some stress on your body, and you can end up the next day with a headache.
Especially the golf, Fred, when you and I golf.
Yeah, but normally it's not the physical part of it; it's just the emotional part.
But headaches are very frequent in people, Fred, and they've done studies. And people under stress, the number one symptom is headaches more than anything else. And so headaches are very, very important. So when someone comes into our office and they're complaining of headaches, we try to rule out certain things chemical. We try to do that. We do try to address the emotional or the mental stress and try to find out what is the cause and if there's something we can do to help the patient in that area. And then we also look at the physical aspect, and that is basically misalignments of either your cranial bones, the head bones themselves, or the top two vertebrae in the neck, where your head and your neck connect together. That's where we mostly find nervous pinching taking place that causes the headaches.
I don't get very many headaches, but when I do get them, they'll hang on for a day or two, it seems, and I'm not sure the cause of them. I do know that when I've had a chiropractic adjustment, that will take care of the problem. No matter what the cause was, it does relieve the headache.
Yeah, well, if it's, let's say it's a mental stress and all that tension is at the top part of your neck, where your neck and your head come together, that will actually pull the bones out of alignment. So a chiropractic adjustment will take care of that. If it's a physical problem, like you said, a car accident or something, even golfing, it can actually cause the bones to go out of alignment. And by replacing these bones, put them in proper alignment, takes the pressure off the nerves, and then you'll get usually immediate relief. I mean, I have patients walk in with a headache and walk out and say, I can't believe it. Or sometimes I'll give the right adjustment and immediately they'll say, that's it. That's it. The headache's gone.
Right.
It comes that quickly. Mm-hmm. Now, people that have had headaches, let's say for a long period of time, they've had it for weeks or months or years even, headaches, very important to take x-rays of the neck with the mouth open and getting the jaw out of the way and then looking at the alignment of the top two vertebrae or how the head sits on the first vertebra. And we find that if we can look at that from a couple different angles, we can see which way the bones are twisted, and then that tells us which way to put the bones back in a proper alignment, and we'll get that immediate relief. And people that have had headaches sometimes for a long time, it's amazing that they get checked, they get the realignment, and then no more headaches. And they're amazed, and they say, I can't believe it. And I'm telling everybody about this because it's just phenomenal. So it works very, very quickly. Now, if people have had headaches for a long period of time, it probably is going to take more than one treatment to make sure they stay away.
Right.
And so a lot of times we put patients maybe on a program where we see them over a period of days or weeks maybe, and just to make sure that once we get the spine lined up that it stays that way.
What about the category of the migraine headache?
Yeah, well, that is very, very severe. And, of course, people might have problems seeing things, and they may be laid up for days sometimes days. And, of course, you give them a chiropractic adjustment, that usually doesn't fix the problem right away. It takes a number of adjustments, and you just have to break that headache pattern. It actually follows a pattern, and so those take longer. There's a chiropractic solution for them, but it takes a longer period of time. Sometimes, along with the chiropractic, we do acupuncture treatments on migraine headaches, and we get faster results with that.
Are there different reasons for a migraine headache, or is it the same type of thing, allergies or,
Well,
stresses?
any of those things can cause it. Any of those things can cause. Some people have a tendency to get migraines, and you put them in a stressful situation, and then they'll get one.
It'll be triggered.
Yeah, it'll trigger that. So that's a good way to put that. So there can be different causes for that also. And a lot of times there will be, like a swelling of the blood vessels, and then they'll constrict, and then there won't be enough blood supply, and then they'll open up again, and then a lot of oxygen goes to the area, and that can precipitate the pain also. So there can be a vascular component to it or blood supply.
What about pain relievers or muscle relaxants which give temporary relief?
Well, we're basically against those, obviously, because they don't fix the problem. And so if it's muscular tension that's causing it, if you take a muscle relaxant, that might help it. But people get addicted to ibuprofen and Tylenol until the point where they start having kidney failure and liver problems. And a lot of times people have kidney problems at a certain point in time, and they don't know what caused it, but it's actually from taking these non-steroidal drugs over a longer period of time, and it can actually damage the internal organs. And it can cause internal bleeding also, aspirin and ibuprofen. So those things we recommend people not take. Now, if someone takes one, once a year or something, that's not going to hurt anything. But people that are taking these things like candy,
right,
and there are people that take them every single day, these people definitely need chiropractic treatment because that's the only thing that's going to fix the problem.
Okay, what about the home remedies that people can try?
Home remedies. Here's a good one. When people have pain and their headaches are in the back of their head, a simple treatment to try would be to lay your head down on a tennis ball and find the spot right where your head and your neck come together that's very tender, and you probably won't be able to lay your head on it all the way. But just try to relax your head and your neck and lay it right on the tennis ball, right on that sore spot, and leave it there for maybe a minute or so, and then move that ball to a little different spot. That will do wonders for helping people with pain that might be in the back. Now, people with pain on the side of their heads, by their ears, or maybe in the frontal headaches, a good thing to do, and if people are not driving right now, I would like you to put your hands on the side of your head and just feel the side of your head, and then bite down real hard and feel the muscles bulge on the side of your head. And then once you feel that muscle bulge, relax your jaw and then rub right where that bulge was. It'll be very, very sore.
Right.
And if you just rub that for maybe 30 to 40 seconds, a lot of times that will get rid of a headache too.
In both cases, you're increasing blood flow, aren't you?
You're increasing blood flow and you're relaxing those muscles. That's something that we call a trigger point therapy. So trigger point therapy, which we teach also in our office, people can do at home. This will sometimes get rid of a headache very quickly. And interestingly, Fred, it works better if someone does that treatment to you.
And you can show people how to do that.
Yes. And so that helps very much. Now, if the headache doesn't go away or it keeps coming back, then basically you're just treating a symptom there also. Mm-hmm. So if it keeps coming back or the headache does not go away, then it would be important to call our office and see if there might be something else, like a bone out of alignment or so, that we can put back in place and get rid of these headaches.
And I know you have more information, including on your website.
Yes, our website is www.warnerchiro.com, There's information there, or they can call us at area code 815-398-8111.
Well, this program was no headache. It was very interesting. Thank you, Dr. Jim.
Thank you. Have a great day.
That's going to do it for Health Matters Today.